I put all 32 NFL teams into a March Madness style single elimination bracket to see who would come out on top. Here's how the teams are seeded. So what I did was I took their standings in real life last year, plus how far they went into the postseason, but also factored in the team overall rating in Madden to balance it out and make it make sense. We're starting with the 1 seed Rams versus the 32 seed Jaguars. We're going to be using the Super Sim feature to run through this. It's all up to Madden who's going to win in this tournament. We're going to likely see some crazy upsets, but I think most of the favorites should win. Right now, the Rams are holding a small lead over the Jags, but the Jags actually take a lead, which is surprising. They're holding on here. Could we have a huge upset in the first game, first round? But it looks like no. The Rams are starting to pull away as they should. They're up by a bunch, but the Jags are still trying to fight late, but the Rams are going to take it home. Next up, we have the 2 seed Chiefs taking on the 31 seed Lions. We're starting out here with Kansas City taking the early lead as expected. They're up 2 possessions now. Now the Lions add a little bit onto the board. This is actually staying pretty close in the first half, but now the Chiefs look like they might be starting to pull away, up 2 touchdowns. Not a lot going on. Now the Chiefs got another touchdown. This is looking like it's going to be a pretty easy one. The last game we had a little bit of a scare through 3 quarters, but the Chiefs are handling business easy. They're moving on. Next up, we have the 3 seed Packers taking on the 30 seed Texans. And the sim is underway. Now for these early games, we're definitely going to do the fast sim so we can get through it, but in the later games, we're definitely going to do it a little bit slower so we can see more of what's going on. It looks like the Packers are easily going to handle this one. They're up 28-3. Texans are not doing anything, 31-3. Now they finally put a touchdown on the board, but it's definitely too little too late, but they're trying to storm back. Maybe not too late. Let's see what happens. The Texans are fighting, but now I think it's going to be too late. We're going to have the Packers going on to the next round. Next up, we have the 4 seed Bucks taking on the 29 seed Jets. And we're underway. The Bucks are definitely the heavy favorites in this one. Let's see what happens. The Jets actually go up with an early lead by a touchdown, but the Bucks tie it up. Let's see what happens here. This one's staying close in the first half. The Bucks do take a touchdown lead, and now the Jets put a field goal on the board. This one is actually much closer than I thought it would be. The Bucks are ahead, but not by much. They're starting to pull away just a little bit. It's looking like the Bucks are going to hold on here, and they're going to take a big lead late to go to the next round. Up next is the 5 seed Bills versus the 28 seed Giants. Let's see what we have in this matchup here. Of course, the Bills are heavy favorites, and they take the early 7-0 lead. Not putting anything else. Nope, I spoke too soon. It's 14-0. Now it's 7-14. They're moving quick. The Bills are holding a small lead here. The Giants are fighting. We've seen some of these low seeds fighting, and they actually take the lead. They're holding the lead. They're extending the lead. This could be our first upset. The Bills are not putting any points on the board, and they lose to the Giants. We did not see that one coming. What an upset. 24-20. Next up, we have the 6 seed Cowboys versus the 27 seed Panthers. After that big upset, I'm just wondering if we're going to have any more upsets. Let's see what happens here. No score early. Now the Cowboys do take a 7-0 lead, but the Panthers tie it up. This looks like it might be a close one. First half, the Cowboys are barely hanging on. They're starting to pull away just a little bit more, but the Panthers are right on their heels, and now the Cowboys create more distance. They might be pulling away here. I think they're going to take this one home. They are going to go to the next round. Up next, we have the 7 seed Bengals versus the 26 seed Falcons. And we're off with another big matchup in round 1, and the Bengals take a very quick lead. They jump out to a 2-possession lead, but the Falcons do add a field goal. The Bengals are creating some distance, but the Falcons are continuing to score as the Bengals create more distance. It's looking like the Bengals are going to have an easy time here. They're up pretty big in the second half. The Falcons have not been able to score for a while, and now they finally score with a 2-point conversion. They're scoring late. They're trying to make this a game, but the Bengals score again, and I think the Bengals will pull away, and they will. Up next, we have the 8th seed Titans versus the 25 seed Broncos. This could be the Derrick Henry show. Let's see what happens here. We're getting a little bit closer into the team overalls now, so really any team can win, and you see the Broncos jump up to an early lead, but the Titans do tie it up. The Titans now extend, and they're really starting to just kind of pull away now, but the Broncos are still in it. They're not too far behind, but the time is starting to run out, and it looks like the Titans are going to run away with this one. Yes, they will. They had a little bit of a struggle early, but they're going to finish out way ahead. Next up, we have the 9 seed Cardinals versus the 24 seed Bears. I think the Bears are a sleeper that could upset here, but let's see if Kyler Murray can lead the Cardinals to victory, and so far they are out to a 10-0 loss, 17-0 loss. Maybe I was right. I thought the Bears had a chance, and they are blowing the Cardinals out right now, but there's still a whole second half to play, but they've got a lot of ground to make up. I thought this was an upset spot, but I did think it would be closer than this, and it looks like the Cardinals just can't hang. The Bears are going to walk away with this one pretty easily. What an upset. Up next, we have the 10 seed 49ers versus the 23 seed Seahawks. You gotta love a division matchup in the first round here. This wasn't done on purpose. It's just how things laid out. Now, the Niners are significantly higher rated in the game, but it's a division matchup. Anything can happen, and right now, they're playing out how they normally play in real life. It's a close, tight game back and forth. The Seahawks do hold a slight lead, but the Niners do take a lead. It's gonna come down to the fourth quarter. It is close, one of our closest games all day, and the Seahawks pull ahead, but at the last minute, no, the Seahawks won. At the last minute, the Niners took the lead, but it looks like the Seahawks hit a game-winning field goal, and they win by 2. That is another pretty decent upset. Up next, we have the 11 seed Ravens versus the 22 seed Washington football team. I don't think we're going to see an upset this time. I do think the Ravens should pretty easily win this one, but who knows? It's tied early, and we've got a close match here in the first half, and now Washington actually does take the lead. Right now, the Ravens are having trouble scoring. They have not scored in a while. Neither is Washington. It's been back and forth, and now the Ravens finally do take the lead. This one's coming down to the wire. Washington takes a late lead. Can the Ravens pull it out? I don't think they will. It looks like we got a tie. We're going to overtime, and the Ravens pull it off in OT. That one was super close. Washington almost pulled off the upset. Up next, we have the 12 seed Chargers versus the 21 seed Dolphins. Got a little East Coast versus West Coast matchup here, and the Dolphins had to travel a long way, so maybe advantage for the Chargers as they do take an early lead, but Miami is right on their heels. There's not been too many crazy plays, looks like, so far. Chargers are barely holding on to a lead as we're into the second half, and now the Chargers have extended the lead more. It looks like the Chargers are now going to run away with this one pretty late. They are. The Dolphins were in it for a while, but the Chargers just too much to handle. Next up, we have the 13 seed Saints versus the 20 seed Eagles. This is one of the more even matchups of the first round. I think it could go either way. Of course, I'm pulling for my Saints, but this one can really just honestly go either way, and the Saints do have a slight lead in the first half. They're extending the lead now. They do have the home field advantage, so that might play a little bit into their, possibility of winning here. Now they are pulling away a little bit late. It looks like they're going to take this, but Philly is not going away just yet. It looks like the Saints are going to take it home. It came down to the wire pretty late, but they win by about a touchdown. Next up, we got the 14 seed Raiders taking on the 19 seed Colts. This is another super even matchup that could honestly go either way, but the Raiders do have the QB advantage, so I think that's going to play the biggest factor. They are up 2 touchdowns right now. The Colts do add a field goal, but right now the Raiders are keeping a pretty safe distance going into the second half, and the Colts have still not put a touchdown on the board yet. Well, I spoke too soon because now they have, and now it's really close. The Colts are on their heels. The Raiders need to put this one away, and they have not yet. No scores in the last bit of the game there, but the Raiders hold on by 6 to advance. Up next is the 15 seed Patriots taking on the 18 seed Vikings. These matchups are starting to get really even at this point. I think the Vikings might pull this out. It would technically be an upset, not by much, but I think they might have a slight edge. But right now, the Patriots have been holding on to a lead. Not a huge lead, but they are holding on to it, and now they're really extending it into the second half. The Vikings are just struggling. They cannot put up any points, no touchdowns. They finally get one, but it might be too late. They're making a push very late. Let's see what happens here. They're not going to be able to make the comeback. The Patriots hang on. And our final matchup of the first round, the 16 seed Browns taking on the 17 seed Steelers. Another division matchup to end the first round. You gotta love it. Now, the Browns definitely have an advantage. They have a better team in the game, but right now the Steelers are handling business. They're pitching a huge shutout right now, actually, and this would technically be an upset, but not really. I mean, it's a little bit of an upset, but, they're pretty evenly matched, and if anything, the Browns are a little bit better, but right now it looks like the Steelers are definitely going to win pretty convincingly, so I will definitely say this is a pretty big upset just by how convincingly they won this matchup. And here's what the second round matchups are going to look like. You can pause the video if you want to go down the list and look at all the matchups, but we're about to get into it. In our first matchup of the second round, we have the 1 seed Rams taking on the 17 seed Steelers. The Steelers just pulled a bit of an upset in the first round, but they got a much taller task ahead with the Rams. Right now they're holding on, but the Rams do take a lead in the first half. They're taking a bigger lead now. The Steelers are going to have to answer at some point, but the Rams are not pulling away just yet. Keeping a nice distance, but the Steelers are right there. They just need a big play, but it looks like the Rams might make this happen. They're having a pretty good lead, but the Steelers are right there. Can we have some late game magic? No, the Rams are going to pull away barely by a touchdown, and Mike Tomlin's pretty mad. Next up, we have the 2 seed Chiefs taking on the 15 seed Patriots. Can the Patriots make a crazy upset, or will the Chiefs, the heavy favorite, take the lead and take the win? And right now, they are up a couple possessions, but the Patriots have put some points on the board. The Chiefs are keeping a good distance. They're pulling away. They're pulling further away into the second half. The Patriots are going to need need a big second half to make this happen, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. The Chiefs are absolutely walking all over the Patriots here at Arrowhead. Patriots put some points up late, but it wasn't close. Up next, we got the 3 seed Packers taking on the 14 seed Raiders. I think this is a spot where we could maybe see a potential upset, but the Packers are still a pretty decent favorite here. And hey, if you're enjoying this video, I do fun videos like this all the time. Go ahead, subscribe, turn the bell icon on if you want to see more fun videos like this. And right now, this is a close game as I expected, but the Packers are starting to actually pull away late. It stayed close for quite a while, but it looks like the Packers are going to take this one, but the Raiders aren't completely out of it just yet, but yes, they kind of are. The Packers are moving on to the next round. Next up, we've got the 4 seed Bucks versus the 13 seed Saints. Another huge division matchup here. Now, in real life, the Saints have gotten the best of the Bucks most of the time, but in the game, the Bucks do have a significantly higher rated team, so I do think the Bucks should take this one home, and they have a nice lead here in the second half. It's not over yet, but the Bucks are definitely holding a pretty safe lead, and the Saints have not scored in a bit, but now they did just add some points, but the Bucks add more points. It looks like the Bucks are going to pretty easily walk away with this one. Up next, we got the 6 seed Cowboys versus the 11 seed Ravens. This is a really good matchup, one of the best ones so far. It's pretty even. I wouldn't even be surprised to see the Ravens with a slight upset here, but so far Dallas holding a 2-possession lead, now a 3-possession lead. Now the Ravens finally put some points on the board. They're going to have a nice second half because Dallas has controlled this game, but the Ravens are in it. They're not too far away. They're very close. They're within 1 possession, but the Cowboys have another score, and they wind up pulling away very big late. The Ravens just never could quite get control of this one. Next up is the 7 seed Bengals versus the 23 seed Seahawks. The Bengals get a slight break here because the Seahawks had that big upset over the Niners in the first round, but overall wise, these teams are pretty closely matched, so it really could go either way, and right now that's what we're seeing. It's tied going into the second half, and actually the Seahawks do take a slight lead. The Seahawks might pull off another upset. Right now the Bengals do take a lead. It's coming down to the wire. The Seahawks are back on top. It's anybody's game. Can the Bengals tie it up? No, they cannot score. They went scoreless for quite a while there, and the Bengals get upset, the Seahawks, with 2 upsets so far. Up next is the 8 seed Titans versus the 24 seed Bears. Now, the Bears had that big upset in the first round too, so the Titans get a bit of a break here as well. It didn't work out for the Bengals last round, but this round, it's looking like it's working out really big for the Titans. They are blowing the Bears off the map right now. The Bears cannot even get points. They finally get 3. This one isn't even close. The Titans take advantage of a softer matchup, and they're going to run away with this one by a lot. Our last matchup of the first round is the 12 seed Chargers versus the 28 seed Giants. The Giants had that huge upset over the Bills that nobody saw coming, so the Chargers get a very easy matchup here. This really should be an easy win for them, but the Giants surprised us last round, and they're hanging in there this round so far with the Chargers. The Chargers are maintaining a pretty safe lead so far, but the Giants are not out of this at all. They are within striking distance, and the Chargers are not running away with it, but now late they're starting to create some more distance, and the Chargers will, in the end, wind up running away with it. Now we're on to the quarterfinal rounds. We have most of the favorites still left, and the one Cinderella story Seahawks still in it. Our first matchup of the quarterfinals has the 1 seed Rams taking on the 8 seed Titans. Now, the Titans have handled business so far, but the Rams do have a pretty significant team overall advantage, but right now the Titans say, we don't care about that. We don't care that we're on the road. We're a good team too, and we are holding the lead, and we're extending the lead. Right now, the Rams are having trouble scoring, but they finally do put some more points on the board. This one could come down to the wire, as it should. Right now, the Titans have been holding on to this 7-point lead. Now they extend it to 14, and the Titans, with an upset over the Rams, the Super Bowl champions, will not be advancing. Up next, we've got the 2 seed Chiefs versus the 23 seed Seahawks. Are the Cinderella story Seahawks going to keep upsetting and moving forward, or is this where the road ends? Right now, the Chiefs are holding a slight lead. They're getting field goals, but they're not scoring touchdowns, and the Seahawks are right on their heels. They've been giving everybody a tough time. They're not an easy out. They are the Cinderella story, but they are proving why they deserve to be here. And now we have a tie game. This one is coming down to the wire. Can the Seahawks pull off another upset? They can't. This is the end of the road, but what a run. Up next, we have the 3 seed Packers versus the 6 seed Cowboys. This might be our most even matchup of the whole tournament so far. It could honestly really go either way, in my opinion. I could see either team taking this one home, and it's a close game so far in the first half. Neither team has given up much. They're tied going into the second half. This is exactly what I expected. Back and forth, close games. Right now, the Cowboys do hold a lead. The Packers are at home. They now take the lead. The Cowboys have the lead back. It's going back and forth, and the Cowboys technically pull off and upset the 6 seed over the 3 seed. Our last round of the quarterfinals, we have the 4 seed Bucks taking on the 12 seed Chargers. This would be a pretty decent upset for the Chargers based on team overall, and right now they're out to a 2-possession lead, but the Bucks do answer with a touchdown. Right now the Chargers are handling business. They want to pull off the upset in Tampa. They're holding this 10-point lead, and now they've extended it going into the second half, but the Bucks are scoring. The Bucks are not going to go away, but the Chargers have been holding on. They have controlled the entire game, but the Bucks are on their heels. Now the Bucks take a lead late. What's going to happen? Chargers in the lead late. Chargers extended. We're going to OT. Wait, no, we're not. They won it by a point. I thought we were going to OT. That might be the craziest game we've seen so far. The Chargers controlled the whole game, but the Bucks late. The more veteran team, Tom Brady, they pull it out. The semifinals are set. Bucks versus Titans, Chiefs versus Cowboys. Our first matchup of the semifinals, the 2 seed Chiefs taking on the 6 seed Cowboys. Let's go. We've upped the quarter length just a little because we're getting down to the nitty gritty. This is a very even matchup. We've got 2 NFC teams and 2 AFC teams left. You gotta love that. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. And right now, the lower seed Cowboys are controlling the game. They've been in the lead and they're extending the lead. Are the Chiefs gonna get upset? It wouldn't be a huge upset, but it definitely would be an upset. The Chiefs are battling back late, but the Cowboys have remained in control the entire game, and they keep it that way as they upset the Chiefs, and they're going to the championship round. Our last matchup of the Final Four, the 4 seed Bucks versus the 8 seed Titans. Now again here, based on team overall, this would be quite a bit of an upset for the Titans because they are rated significantly lower than the Bucks, and right now the Bucks are holding a lead, not by much. They're extending it now. They're still holding on. The Titans have not been able to score, but now they have, and now they've taken the lead. The Titans are back in the game. You can never count them out, and they've extended the lead. Now the Bucks take it back. It's going back and forth. It's a heavyweight fight, and the Titans pull off the upset. And here's our championship game. The 6 seed Cowboys versus the 8th seed Titans. And the championship round is underway. The Cowboys are definitely favorites based on team overall, and they are the slightly higher seed, and they've taken the lead, but now the Titans take it back. The Titans are holding on. They've been trouble for everybody. They just won't go away, and they have the lead right now. The Cowboys don't have any touchdowns, and the Titans are extending it. Are you serious? I don't think people were betting too heavy on the Titans, but you should have been, because it looks like they're going to pull it off, and they are the champions. If you enjoyed this video, you'll like these on the screen right here. Check them out, and I will see you guys next time.